Well, Jay and our families have been acquaintances for a long time. But in the early 2000s, Jay and I put together a business deal down at Crestwood called Camden Manor, which was a residential development. And that was the first thing that we did together.
Many decades ago, I began practicing law in LaGrange in a building adjoining Jay's family, at that time an insurance business alone, and became acquainted with him. I was asked to do some legal work for him and his brother, and quickly over the course of those early years, we became what has turned out to be decades-long friends.
First of all, when the chamber called me and asked me and told me who was going to be the man of the year, and it was Jay Hall, and said, did I want to speak or anything? I said, sure, absolutely. I've known Jay for about 40 years. He grew up in Crestwood, so I didn't know him as a child, but as he came into family business after school, we became acquainted and have known each other in a professional way, as our business way, as well as in a social way.
Well, I'm an engineer, a local engineer, and Jay is a developer. And I guess the first major project that I did with him was probably around 2004 when we did a shopping center, and the tractor supply site. And that caused me to work directly with him. He was actually the partner in the company that I was most associated with during both of those two projects. And of course led to other projects down to the last 15 or so years.
Well, I've known Jay since I was a kid. My family has always been doing business with Jay at the insurance office, and I've learned over the years to look forward to seeing Jay, because Jay's always got great information, knows what's going on in the community, and he's always looking ahead on how stuff is going to be done throughout the community.
Well, Jay and I are connected in many different ways. We're friends. We're also partners. We serve on a board together, and we both have a common interest in the community. So Jay is not only involved in Oldham County, but he has business interest in Henry County with his insurance business, and cares about that community as well. So our interests overlap in several different places.
And, I was his biology teacher at Oldham County High School. And I can tell you that one of the things I was immediately impressed with Jay was in that class we had a number of very smart girls. And Jay found himself right in the middle of them. And a scholar he was, he fit right in.
Jay's family and my family had been close for years. In fact, my mother worked for Jay's dad when she first got out of high school. But I've known Jay about 34 years.
We've baled hay together, we've had cows together, we've done some commercial stuff together, real estate together, and he's just become a really good friend. But one thing I really like about Jay is he always returns my call, no matter what. He could be in a real important meeting in Frankfurt, but he will always call me that day, even if it's in the evening, on a Saturday, on a Sunday, but he always returns my call and gets back to me. And we've just become really good friends. We've partied together, we've had cookouts together, we've got to know his family. He's got a wonderful family, and he's just been a really, really good friend that started out with a relationship that I wasn't looking for. So
Jay's the type of person that he and I can eat lunch and bounce ideas off one another, and he adds something, I feel like I add something to a business deal or situation.
Jay's just a great guy. He's good for the community and to the community. He serves on many boards, and he gives to the community through his time as well as his money, what he donates to the community. And when I say the community, I'm from LaGrange, but I'm talking about all of Oldham County. I'm not just talking about LaGrange. So he reaches around the whole part of Oldham County.
He never loses his cool. I've never seen him get really upset with people, and he works well with people, and that's the secret to its success. And in my opinion, Jay is probably one of the most astute young business people that I know in the community.
And so his work with the Head Trust, I think, has been pretty significant in giving back to the community. He also has served on the Mallory Taylor Foundation Board. And Jay's just really involved behind the scenes. Just not a whole lot of out in front scenarios where he's seeking personal recognition. He's just done a lot for the community that nobody knows about, and a lot for individuals that nobody knows about. That's been very, very helpful.
Jay has worn multiple hats over the years. Jay's been a real estate developer, commercial, residential. He's been a real estate broker, an insurance broker, an auctioneer. He's been in the restaurant business. His most recent thing that surprised me is that he's a farmer now. So I've seen him cutting and baling hay.
And he's been around and very quietly done so much good during his time as a member of various and sundry boards. What he's done with the Head Trust is just incredible.
Jay is just a great guy. He's done a tremendous amount for Oldham County. Things that people don't realize that he's behind the scenes on. He's what you might call a silent mover. He accomplishes things, but they're not things that are purposely focused on Jay Hall. And the Courthouse Boulevard is in large part because of his support. The Colonel Oldham statue is in large part because of Jay's support. Jay, working through the Samuel Peyton Head Trust, has just sprayed money all over this community, and has really been a tremendous asset. And on top of that, he's just a great guy.
He's just an incredible man with an incredible family. He's involved in his church. He's involved in the YMCA. There's just not much in Oldham County anymore that he hasn't quietly touched.
He does so many different things, and a lot of them you just don't know about. He just does things that aren't written up in the paper, and he just serves the community and does those things. He's not really looking for rewards or anything, or if he has, I'm not familiar with it, but he just serves on the different communities and is important to doing a lot of good things for Oldham County.
I think Jay, without Jay and knowing these projects that I know that he's been involved in, and about the things that he's done with his business, he knows all of his clients, and he's just a memory bank for keeping those treasures in place. I mean, he's one of the few people that really understand the importance of place, and I think that's how valuable he's been, not just through the Head Trust, but just as a community person that has participated in so many things. I mean, he loves this community. He grew up here, and he remembers where places were. He's the preservation of the area, the town of LaGrange. I could go on and on about the kind of projects. For us, we would not be able to be the viable organization that we are if we did not have that support. And people always compliment us about how great the History Center is, but without the Peyton Samuel Head Trust, we would not be able to do what we do. So it's been essential.
I like to describe Jay as a coach player. Jay actively gets involved in whatever needs to be done. He is as comfortable laying out the plan as he is as being a participant in it.
This is a well-deserved recognition for Jay and his family, and long overdue, I think. So with that, congratulations, Jay. Congratulations to your family who have supported you and supported the time you've invested in the community. I want to especially recognize Debbie, who I think is a grounding effort for your benefit, and just really excited for the recognition that you're receiving tonight.
Jay is a selfless individual who truly wants to help the community and help individuals.
Hi, Jay Bird. I'm so glad to be here tonight to help you and all your friends and everyone celebrate the honor of you being the Oldham Countian of the Year. I was going to tell everyone a couple of political blasts from the past, but I decided I would bring something that might shock you. I don't know if you'll remember this, I'm sure you will, but look what I brought. Can you see that, Jay? Okay. I want to say congratulations, and it certainly is an honor to be here tonight. And because of all your hard work, the insurance company, the boards you serve on, and your commitment to Oldham County, that's why we're here tonight to honor you. Congratulations and love you.
I'm tickled to death he's getting it. He's a great person, he deserves it, and I hope that we surprise him.
Experiences. I think, you know, I was going to give this speech last year because I thought Jay was going to be the nominee, but they chose me instead. So I had a nice speech written up, and I always felt that you had to have some qualifications to be the Oldham County of the Year. A, be a resident of the county for at least 6 months. B, have a pulse, you know, that's still showing. And thirdly, have to have some accomplishments that would equal at least 2 minutes worth of. And I know it was a hard decision by the Chamber Board, which choosing Jay, but they were able to find at least 2.5 minutes of accomplishments, and he just barely qualified, but I'm glad he made it tonight.
All right, Jay, this is your night. Last year, John Black thought it was your night, and John had written a speech, and he was so determined to give his speech, even when he found out that he was the Man of the Year last year, he wanted to give your speech. Well, I hope he's had a chance to do some of that tonight, either publicly or privately, and I appreciate everything you've done to help move Oldham County forward, and I'm so grateful to call you a friend. The community is lucky, I'm lucky, we're all lucky to know and have Jay Hall as a friend.